I didn't mean to destroy my family. It started as a joke. A stupid, late-night idea after watching one of those viral DNA test videos everyone swears they'd never try, but secretly want to. Let's switch them, I said. My sister laughed. You're insane. But she didn't say no. 2 kids. 2 names. One tiny decision that should have meant nothing. At least, that's what I thought. See, everything about my family was normal. Or at least, it looked normal from the outside. Suburban house. Holiday photos. Matching smiles. The kind of life that doesn't raise questions. But there was always something off. Little things you ignore. Like how my sister and I looked nothing alike. Not even a little. Different eyes. Different skin tone. Different everything. People used to joke about it. Are you sure you're related? We'd laugh it off. Our parents would laugh it off. But sometimes my mom wouldn't laugh right away. I didn't think about that when we mailed the kits. I didn't think about anything. Until the results came back. Because when I opened mine, it didn't just feel wrong. It was wrong. Not slightly off. Not confusing. Impossible. And then I checked hers. That's when my stomach dropped. Because somehow, my sister was biologically connected to someone she should never, ever be connected to. Someone in our own house. And the worst part? She hadn't seen it yet. I was the only one who knew. The only one holding a secret that could tear everything apart. And I had exactly one question racing through my mind. Did our parents lie? Or did we just uncover something they never wanted found? Because what I saw in those results was only the beginning. I stared at the screen for a long time. You ever see something so wrong your brain refuses to process it? That was me. Refresh. Close. Open again. Same result. No glitch. No mistake. Just a truth sitting there, quiet, waiting to ruin everything. I checked the timestamps, the sample IDs, the names. Everything lined up, except the part that mattered. Because according to the results, my sister shared DNA with someone she shouldn't. Not a distant match. Not some vague, possible relative. No, this was close. Too close. And it pointed directly inside our family. My first instinct. Denial. Okay, the company messed up, I muttered. Samples got mixed. Simple. Clean. Easy. But then I remembered something that made my chest tighten. We did switch the kits. On purpose. Which meant, this wasn't their mistake. It was mine. I forced myself to think it through. If I took her test, and she took mine, then these results weren't showing who I was related to. They were showing who she was. And suddenly, the picture got a lot darker. Because the connection didn't point to a stranger. It pointed to someone already in our lives. Someone who had been there the whole time. I clicked deeper into the report, hoping, praying, for some explanation. Maybe a distant cousin. Maybe a technical overlap. Anything. But the more I scrolled, the worse it got. Percentages. Shared segments. Generational estimates. All of it screaming the same thing. This wasn't random. This wasn't distant. This was immediate. And then I saw the name attached to the match. That's when my heart actually skipped. Because if this was real, then someone in my family wasn't who they said they were. And someone else had been lying for years. I leaned back, staring at the ceiling, trying to breathe. Because now I had a choice. Close the laptop, pretend I never saw it. Or dig deeper, and risk blowing up everything. I chose wrong. Because the next thing I did made it impossible to ever go back. I should have closed the laptop. Seriously. Walk away. Sleep on it. Pretend none of this existed. But curiosity doesn't let you off that easy. Once it hooks you, it pulls. So I clicked the name. No pause. No backup plan. Just one decision that pushed everything too far. The profile loaded slowly, like it knew what it was about to do to me. Then it appeared, and my stomach dropped. Because I recognized it instantly. Not, maybe I've seen this before. I knew them. We both did. This wasn't some stranger across the country. This was someone close. The kind of person who shows up to birthdays, holidays, random weekends. The kind of person who knows our family a little too well. I leaned closer to the screen. Shared DNA high. Way too high. Relationship estimate. Immediate family. There was no twisting this. No, maybe it's a glitch. If this was real, then everything we believed about our family wasn't. My mind started connecting things I'd ignored for years. Mom going quiet at certain jokes. Dad changing the subject too fast. Stories that never fully lined up. It didn't feel random anymore. It felt controlled. Like something had been hidden on purpose. I grabbed my phone. Hovered over my sister's name. Should I tell her? Or was I the only one who didn't already know? That thought hit hard. Because if she did know, then this wasn't just a secret. It was a lie I'd been living in. I looked back at the name one more time, and that's when it really sank in. This wasn't an accident, and whatever truth was buried here, someone had worked very hard to keep it that way. The question was, what would they do if I started digging? I didn't call her. Not yet, because once I said it out loud, it became real. So instead, I did something worse. I started digging. Back into the DNA report. Every tab, every number, every tiny detail I skipped the first time. At first, it felt random. Then it didn't, because patterns started showing up. Shared relatives, overlapping connections, names that shouldn't be connected, but were. It was like two different family trees had been quietly merged, and no one told us. My chest tightened. I checked the match activity. Recent, which meant one thing. That person had taken a test too. They were out there, searching. That didn't feel like coincidence anymore. I opened my photo gallery, scrolled through birthdays, holidays, old family moments. And then I saw it. Something I'd never noticed before. A resemblance. Subtle. Easy to miss. But once you saw it, you couldn't unsee it. Same eyes. Same smile. Same little details hiding in plain sight. My heart started racing. Because this wasn't just numbers anymore. This was real. And it meant someone had been lying. For years. I leaned back, trying to think. Trying to find another explanation. There wasn't one. Which meant I had only one option left. I grabbed my phone. Hovered over her name again. This time, I didn't stop. I hit call. It rang. Once. Twice. Then she picked up. You okay? She said. You sound off. I swallowed. Because I knew the second I spoke, everything would change. So I told her just enough to make her listen. But not enough to prepare her for what was coming next. Don't freak out, I said. Worst possible way to start. There was a pause on the line. Then, why would you say that? I paced my room, trying to find the words. There weren't any good ones. So, you know those DNA tests? Yep. I think something's wrong. Another pause. Longer this time. What do you mean, wrong? I looked at the screen again. At the name. At the numbers that refused to change. I think we got mixed results. Silence. Not confusion. Not disbelief. Just silence. And that's when something shifted. Because she didn't laugh. Didn't question it. Didn't say I was overthinking. She just breathed. You checked yours already? She asked. My grip tightened on the phone. Yeah. And you looked at the matches? Yeah. Another pause. But this one felt different. Heavier. Like she was deciding something. Then she said it. Quiet. Careful. I saw something too. My heart stopped. What? I didn't understand it, she said quickly. I thought it was a mistake. A mistake. That word again. But it didn't feel like one anymore. What did you see? I asked. She hesitated. And in that hesitation, I knew. She had seen the same thing. Or at least part of it. There was a name, she said slowly. Someone close. My chest tightened. Same. Silence again. But now it wasn't empty. It was building. Because we were both standing at the edge of the same truth. Just not saying it yet. Finally, she spoke. Who did you get? She asked. I closed my eyes. Because this was it. The moment everything either made sense or completely fell apart. I took a breath and said the name. And on the other end of the line, she didn't respond. Not right away. And that silence? That was all the confirmation I needed. Because when she finally spoke, her voice had changed. Okay, she said. We need to talk. In person. No panic. No denial. Just one clear decision. Which meant one thing. She knew this wasn't small. And whatever truth we were about to uncover was bigger than both of us. We didn't say anything else on the phone. No see you soon. No small talk. Just silence. And then the call ended. That alone told me everything. If this was nothing, we would have laughed it off. But we didn't. We met that night. Same place we always went growing up. Quiet, familiar, safe. Or at least it used to be. She was already there when I arrived. Sitting still. Too still. The second I saw her face, I knew. She had been thinking the same thing I had. And she was scared. I sat across from her. No hug. No smile. Just tension. For a moment, neither of us spoke. Because saying it out loud would make it permanent. Finally, she broke. Say it again, she said. My throat went dry. But I did. I said the name. Slow. Clear. No taking it back. Her eyes dropped instantly. Not surprised. Not confused. Just heavy. I got the same, she whispered. That hit harder than anything else. Because now it wasn't a theory. It wasn't a glitch. It was real. We sat there, letting it sink in. Two people. Same result. Same impossible connection. and no explanation. Okay, I said, trying to think. So what are the odds this is wrong? She shook her head. Not this wrong. Exactly. That was the problem. This wasn't slightly off. This was exact. Precise. Deliberate. Which meant someone, somewhere, knew the truth. And chose not to tell it. I leaned forward. There's only one way this makes sense. She looked at me, already knowing. Someone lied. She nodded slowly. Yeah, she said. But who? That question hung between us. Because the answer was sitting a lot closer to home than we wanted to admit. And then she said something that made everything worse. There's something I never told you. My stomach dropped. Because whatever this was, it meant the truth wasn't just hidden from us. It had been breaking through. For a long time. And I was just now catching up. There's something I never told you. That sentence hit harder than everything else. Because it meant this didn't start with the test. It started years ago. What do you mean? I asked. She hesitated, then finally said it. Mom once asked me not to take one of those tests. My chest tightened. What? Like, seriously asked, she said. Not joking. Not casual. She said some things are better left alone. Silence. Because suddenly, everything made sense. The pauses. The deflections. The way certain topics always died too quickly. They weren't avoiding awkward conversations. They were protecting something. Or hiding it. So she knew. I said. I think so. That word, think, didn't feel uncertain. It felt careful. Like she already had her answer. We both sat there, staring at the truth we'd been handed. Not discovering it. Uncovering it. Because it had always been there. Just buried. So what now, she asked. That was the question. Because knowing changes everything. But it doesn't tell you what to do next. I looked down at my phone. At the results still open. At the name that connected everything. Then back at her. We asked them, I said. No more guessing. No more digging. We go straight to the source. Her reaction was immediate. Fear. Real fear. Are you sure? She asked. No. Not even a little. But there was no other way forward. Yeah, I said. Because if we don't. I didn't finish the sentence. I didn't need to. Because we both knew. If we didn't confront it now, we'd spend the rest of our lives wondering what was real. So we stood up. Together. Same place we'd always started. But walking towards something completely different. The truth. And whatever it was about to finally come out. The only question left was how much damage it was going to do when it did.